Good afternoon, thanks for joining us. If you're joining us on a weekend, we're about to do something that we've not done before. Feels a little bit mad. What we're going to be doing, Em?
We're going to be doing the Goggins challenge.
For those of you that don't know, that's 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. Which, when you say it like that and you say it quickly, it sounds quite easy. But then you start to think about what's actually involved in it. So what have we been involved with doing so far, Em, in terms of prep?
Well, had to make sure our washing's up to date, so every bit of gym stuff that we've got is washed, because we're going to be getting through an awful lot of running gear. We've bought loads of pasta, quick and easy to eat, and yeah, just trying to get us organised, because when we're getting up in the middle at night to do stuff, we need to have it all laid out, ready and to go, so we're getting as much sleep as we can and not messing about doing other stuff.
Yep, so all running gear's out, all food's prepped as best as we can to make best use of the rest time in between the next run. Our plan to run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours commenced at 6 p.m. on the Thursday. So that took us to 10 p.m. on day 1. Day 2 we'll be running at 2 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, 2 p.m, 6 p.m, then another 10 p.m, another 2 o'clock in the morning, another 6 o'clock in the morning, another 10 a.m, and then finally finish on the Saturday at 2 p.m. That's the plan. Let's see how we get on.
Hello, we have just completed our second run. The first one, very warm, but 4 mile felt fine. We've just headed out at 10 o'clock for this one, and it's still really warm. And I'll be honest, 4 mile seemed a bit further at 10 o'clock at night, and it was very steady pace, and it felt a lot harder than what the pace we were running. So I think the 2 o'clock one's going to be particularly difficult.
Yeah, it's still 16 degrees, feels like 15 at the minute, which doesn't sound that warm, but for 10 o'clock at night it really is. We've both got t-shirts on and we both said that we probably should have been wearing vests. So hopefully it'll be a little bit cooler at 2, but time for a quick bite to eat, shower, quick nap.
Quick, yeah.
Alarm set for 1:40, fresh kit on, we go again. See you soon. Good morning. We have just finished our 5th run of 12. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. We managed to do all those night runs.
Yep.
So yeah, 20 miles in of 48. The last run before the one we've just done, the 6 o'clock in the morning run, I smelt somebody cooking bacon, and despite all our best efforts of being really good and being really well prepared with the food that we were going to have, we've ended the 10 o'clock run at the local butty shop. So that's why we're sat here with a sarnie in his hands. So yeah, how are you finding it, Em?
Alright, 2 o'clock, wasn't too bad. Didn't find that too bad at all. 6 o'clock, I think I were in a deeper sleep when the alarm went off. So I found that really hard, felt quite sick. But once I got running, it was alright, yeah? You agree?
Yeah, 6 o'clock were really hard to get up, 6 o'clock in the morning. So what that's going to feel like at 6 o'clock the following day in the morning is going to be really hard. I think I totted up a rough average of what sleep I got last night, and I think I had just over 3 hours.
Yeah,
you
similar.
You're probably a bit less.
I think I'll sleep better tonight because I think I'll be much more tired. But
so we'll have to try and grab some cat naps this afternoon, I think. Yeah, anything else, Sam?
Oh, I mean, so far so good. Each run is taking a while for my legs to get moving. They're quite stiff, but once the half a mile in, I'm doing all right, but well, I'm sure that's going to get worse and worse as the fatigue really sets in. But I'm sure we'll update you again soon.
Speak soon. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. It's 12 hours now, approximately, since we last checked in. We spoke to you just after the run at 10 o'clock in the morning when we were having our butty. We are now about to go out on our Friday night, 10 o'clock at night run. What have we done in between? We had a couple of runs, haven't we?
Yeah, a couple of runs, and we were very warm. We've done a run at 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock. They were both really, really warm. Hopefully it'll cool down a little bit now. But the fatigue is starting to set in, well, the tiredness. I've had about an hour's sleep, which will benefit me, but at the minute I just feel awful. The last thing I want to do is go out for a run. But I think this is where it's going to start to get tough.
Yeah, I think I've had about 2 10-minute snoozes, so I think I've had 20 minutes in total additional since when I last spoke to you. And I can tell now, just speaking, that I'm having to really think to dig my words out. I had said after the last run at 6 o'clock that I felt really good when I came back. It was probably my fastest one that I'd done. And I felt great. But I can tell now that this is going to be the challenging part, I think. Just with how I feel right now about to set off on this one. So, have you got anything else?
No, but we'll get it done. I'm sure we'll get it done. Well, this one anyway. We'll get this run done. We'll see how the other ones go during the night, but I think they're going to be tough.
You're not tired. You just think that you are.
Yeah. It's all in the mind. Now I can definitely confirm I am tired.
Yeah, I'm tired too.
Yeah, I'm tired. But we'll push on.
Speak later.
Bye.
Bye. Not done much recording. We intended to do some through night, but thought it'd seem a bit daft. We managed to get some decent sleep between us 2 sessions. Probably totaled about 3.5 hours. So this is our 6 o'clock morning run. We're both running. We're separate at the minute, but we're both running from Pontefract towards Notting Lane's Ferry Bridge. A few cars about now. 6 o'clock Saturday morning. Bring it on. If you get this done, just 2 left. Come on. So coming in the opposite direction, we've got Mrs. Runner. I've got a question for you. What? Who's going to carry the boats? Hello, we're just about to start our last one, our 12th and final 4-miler of the Goggins. How do you think it's gone, Em?
It's gone alright. I'm very tired, and I'm not looking forward to doing the last 4 mile, but it's been alright. It hasn't been that bad. What do you think?
I think felt on top at World after 11th, and I thought, yep, it's in the bag, is this? And it isn't bag, because we're not going to fail now. But I'm feeling really tired now. My knees are aching a little bit, and I keep feeling quite sick. I think that's from being tired. So yeah, just looking forward to getting this one done, and hopefully by the time we get back, champions of the championship. See you soon.
Fingers crossed. What are you doing, Nick?
It's not going well, unfortunately. Leeds drawing, Burnley winning. It's not looking good at the minute. Go on. Yes!
Go on, go on, go on, go
Oh,
on.
it's offside! Well, we've done it. We've been back for a little while now. We've just been watching celebrations because Leeds United have gone up as champions. But not only that, we've finished the challenge, Em.
Yeah, it's over.
Get in.
We don't have to run in another 4 hours.
Yeah, I'd not thought
Thankfully.
about that, about
Yeah.
when I'll next run and stuff.
I'm not even thinking about when I'm next running.
Yeah, it won't be 2 o'clock in the morning or
No.
6 o'clock in the morning, I know that.
I'll have a bit of a rest, I think, for a few days.
Yeah, so I think it'll be beer and a takeaway tonight.
Yep, and we'll probably do a bit of a roundup tomorrow when we've seen how we're feeling and reflect on how it's gone.
Okay, we're joined by Loco as well. Yeah, there she is. She stayed in shot, bless her. So yeah, we'll give you a bit of a report tomorrow. I'm just hoping that I'm not waking up at 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock because my body's got conditioned to it over the last couple of days. You, Sam?
Yeah, I think I'll sleep tonight. I'm
Yeah,
sure I'll be alright.
I'm certainly tired. Okay, speak soon. I've definitely pressed it and I'm definitely recording. Hello, I thought we'd give you our final summary of the Goggins challenge that we completed a couple of days ago. Now we've had a chance to recover, and we thought I'd give you our final thoughts. So there'll be a few areas that we cover. We'll talk about how we found it physically, how we found it mentally, and also any other factors that we feel you ought to consider if you're thinking about doing this challenge yourself. So we'll start with physically then. Emma, what did you think physically?
Physically, I didn't find it too bad. I don't think you need to be running ultras to do this challenge. I think the 4 mile is short enough and the gap between are long enough to allow you to recover. So it's a lot easier than running 48 miles in one go. Far easier than that. So I wouldn't let the fact that you might not have got anywhere near that distance in one go put you off having a crack at this. I think as long as you're a consistent runner, you can do this challenge physically.
Yeah. So when you say consistent runner, it's not particularly about the distance, is it? It's about just running regularly, I'd say.
Yeah. So I don't think it's, you know, you need to be covering huge distances each week to have a go at this.
And what about physically, effects on body, anything that you found physically tough?
Not particularly. I've got tight calves, but nothing else. Picked up no injuries, so yeah, pretty good really. I feel a lot better than I was expecting.
Yeah, I think I do too. I think the only thing that I struggled with, I had to put a bit of Nurofen gel on, take a few ibuprofen, just when my knees were hurting. So I was finding that when I was setting off on my runs, the first half a mile, my knees were hurting a little bit. But then once I've warmed up into my run, fine, no other issues. So I think physically we found it a lot easier than what we were expecting.
Yeah, it was fine,
Yeah, what about mentally then?
Well, obviously getting up in the middle of the night's not nice. And it does take some motivation when that alarm goes off at 1:30 in the morning. I'm probably just drifting into a nice bit of sleep to then get up. So I can liken it to the feeling where if you get up in the middle of the night to go to the airport where you feel a bit sick.
Yeah, without the excitement,
Yeah.
without the excitement of going on holiday, I
Yeah.
never fell in a hole then.
Yeah, so it was a bit like that, but I found that by the time I actually got up, got ready, it had worn off and I felt better. But I mean, it is tough to just keep going out running at particularly silly times. What do you think?
Yeah, I used to work nights, so I've been used to sleeping in day, working through night. I haven't done that for a while though. And I actually found getting very little sleep but having it at night time easier than working nights. So I think first night I think I perhaps got between 2 and 3 hours sleep, second night between 3 and 4 hours sleep, and I thought that would really affect me mentally. Thought I'd be in quite a bad mood, but I think we were just both so focused on what we were going to be doing that it posed a good distraction.
I'm not sure I'd be able to function in normal life with that amount of sleep, because we were just totally dedicated to that, and it was made easy because of the amount of prep we'd done in advance, I think.
It was definitely easy because there were two of us doing it as well.
Yes.
It made us both accountable.
Yes, I'm not sure I'd have done it, I think, if I were on my own, but I wouldn't have felt as supported. And like you say, that commitment to each other, that you didn't want to let the other person down. Some of them 6 o'clock get-ups, I found the 6 o'clock get-ups harder than the 2 o'clock get-ups, whether that it was because I was in a certain stage of my sleep, or whether it was just because my body just wanted to stay asleep. I don't know, but I found them really, really hard.
As well, I found mentally quite hard with the last run, because you think, oh, I've put this to bed, now it's done. But then you still got to go out and run another 4 mile.
Yeah.
And it were in the middle of the day and it was warm.
But Leeds United became champions of the championship,
Yeah.
so it's not all bad news.
Obviously you've got to enjoy that on your phone, not way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't plan that very well, did we? With the game hasn't finished before we had to go out on this last run. But
Yeah.
it all worked out in the end.
What about anything else then, other than physical and mental? Anything else that people need to consider, do you think, who are thinking of doing this?
You need to be thinking about your clothing. Now, I don't own 12 sports bras.
No, I don't.
Well, Nick doesn't own 12 pair of running shorts, so we had to do some washing. We're kind of hoping, I think, that it's going to be cooler, particularly in the night, so maybe get away with probably wearing that again, but it was not been. It was muggy in the night, hot in the day, so you had to put a new set on every time, which obviously meant having to wash. So bear in mind that you're probably going to have to do that when you don't want to. Well, when we're prepped in terms of this food, you need to be...
Yeah. So we were eating little and often, weren't we?
Yeah.
So we got lots of pasta in, that we were having small plates of pasta, either at start of runs or at end of runs. Things like bagels, even if it was just half a bagel, most times either just before a run or just after a run, I were having something to eat. Protein shakes, we had quite a few protein shakes and things like that. So yeah, you need to consider how you're going to fuel, what you're going to do. We've obviously talked about clothing. Anything else prep-wise or anything like that?
No, I mean, just obviously if you've still got a family, and obviously we still have to walk Loco, the dog, so we, so you've still got to
function within reason,
yeah, I mean, well, obviously our kids are older, they're 16 and 18, so they don't need us all the time, but you obviously got to take that into account.
Yeah, we cleared us calendars, haven't we, and made sure that we were free for weekend to do it. And then I suppose the bit that I think we both found the worst part of it, bizarrely, and bear with me because you're going to think, what? You've done all that running and you think this is the hardest bit? Showering every 4 hours. I've got no natural oil left on my body at all. It just feels like my skin's gonna fall off. So just prepare yourself for having to shower every 4 hours. And we had some really warm runs, didn't we? At middle at night, they weren't cool.
You couldn't get away with missing them.
So.
And you just can't be bothered.
Yeah, you just come back from a run at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you think, oh, I just want to go to bed, and then you've both got to get in shower before you can get to bed. That was honestly the worst part of it for me.
Bear in mind your gas bill when you're doing it. It's well sticky for us because there are 2 of us showering every 4 hours. And if you're on a water meter. Yeah,
so you've got all that washing to do, and you've got all that showering to do, so just bear that in mind. Worthwhile experience?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that there's a great deal of training benefit from it. I don't really think you're going to get any fitter doing it. It is more about the mental challenge.
100%.
About having that resilience to just keep getting up and going. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's not something you should do as part of your training plan to get fitter.
Yeah.
There's no benefit there, I don't think.
No, it's just one of them things to see if you can do it.
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
mean, it was just a bit of a challenge, wasn't it? I mean, but yeah, I'm glad I've done it. I can't imagine how I'll do it again.
No,
but...
I don't think there is any need for it. There isn't any need for us to do it again, but I also had no doubt that we would do it. I were 100% confident in both of us that we would be able to do it. And I know you didn't experience this, I just experienced it on a couple of runs. Started to have a bit of a mental block about 3 miles on a couple of runs into the second day, where I just thought, what am I doing? I could quite easily just stop and walk home now and wrap it in. But I think I maybe only had that thought for about 10 seconds on 2 runs, and it soon passed. So if you do get experience that, just ride it out. It will clear. But you never experienced that at all, did you?
No.
Because you're as tough as old boots. That's why.
I think if we'd probably gone another couple of runs in, I would have definitely started to feel it.
Still nearly falling over again. I just pointed to the floor to Emma to mind a hole and then nearly fell in it myself.
But yeah, I didn't have any wobbles, but if it had gone on a bit further, I think obviously would have started to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we timed it right when we started.
Yeah, I've not really given that any thought about if there were a better time to start.
Yeah.
We worked it around when I finished work, didn't we?
Yeah, I think maybe.
So that we started and finished as early as we could in our available time. But you've seen things about possibly starting at different times, haven't you?
Starting at 4 in the morning, going to bed really early the night before, then you only really miss one night's sleep.
Yeah.
Because then when you do your final run, you can get straight to bed. So maybe that's something to consider. Really.
Yeah, whereas it cocked 2 nights sleep up for us,
I think if you time it right, you can probably... You're still disturbed, but less disturbed over 2 nights.
Yep.
But yeah, all in all, I thought it went well.
And we both carried the boats and we both carried the logs.
Yes, we did, yeah.
So, yeah, that's our Goggins summary done, isn't it?
Yep.
What have we got next?
So we are doing Leeds half marathon, aren't you, this coming weekend?
Yep.
And then we've got ultras at the start of June. So we've got 50k and I've got 100k, which is a bit terrifying. And then Endure 24, I'm doing that at the end of June, which to be honest, this has been quite good prep really in terms of the sleep deprivation. And you know, actually I'm comfortable now knowing that I could probably have a bit of a nap and then still get up. So I do think it has helped in that respect. So despite you saying it's got no training benefit, it's got some training benefit, is that what I'm hearing? Probably, yeah, but not unless you're doing that event, I don't think it's got much other benefit for much else. No, I totally agree with that, but yeah, it has been good prep for that, hasn't it? Yeah. So, we'll call that it, eh? So, thanks a lot for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed this video.
Thanks for joining us. It's been a bit of an experience, and we'll catch you again soon. Bye.
Bye.